Hi, I'm Chris Gasper, and this is Globe 10.0, joined today by Dan Shaughnessy. Well, Ben Cherington, Red Sox general manager, said every year in Boston is important, hinting that this team really wouldn't be able to rebuild because the fans wouldn't allow it. But maybe that's not the case. Dan, what do you think? Would fans be okay at this point if the Red Sox at 55 and 57 said, you know what, we're going to do a little retooling?
I think that the notion of a bridge year would be received much better now because people are so angry about this team and the same old for a couple of years now. No playoff win since '08. 3 years in a row without making the playoffs the way it's going this year. So I think there's some appetite for it, more than Red Sox ownership perhaps thinks, to sort of blow it up, move some of the heavy contracts and slow moving people out of here and get on with the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I agree. I think people at this point, they just want to see change. They don't want to see more of the same, and they feel like that's what's happening right here. It's more of the same from last September. This season has felt in a lot of ways sort of like one big giant last September, even though it hasn't been as bad as that 7-20. I think the notion you can't rebuild in Boston is one that's more in the heads of the Red Sox over there, the marketing people, Larry Lucchino, than the fan base. Because once you sort of send up that signal that maybe it's not a playoff team, once you admit that, then maybe people don't fill the seats, they're not at the concession stands, all that stuff. To me, that's business driving baseball decisions, which is really dangerous. And I think that's how they got here in the first place with all these massive contracts.
It's exactly how they got here, which goes back to ratings of the flagship network of the Red Sox. Those ratings, that's one area that fluctuates with revenues because you can't charge a whole lot more for tickets. They're kind of there. A lot of things are fixed. The ratings are not fixed in terms of what they can charge for sponsorship dollars. It did force them into Lackey, Crawford, bad decisions. Theo, they like to blame Theo for this sort of thing. It created what you have now, but I think that it's much more. You can sell it now. I think we need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I definitely think it can be sold. I think they have to give Red Sox fans a little bit more credit. I think they'd be okay with a little bit of retooling.